without further ado, your host with the most, Jacob Cooperman.
Oh, thank you. And my second in command by highly popular command, Najee Petty Fernandez. Welcome back to Spreading the Floor. This is episode 39.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did skip a day. We apologize. We apologize, guys. We skipped a day.
We couldn't get in.
It was snowy. And you know what?
We snowed out.
The snow tried to stop us this time. And guess what? I nearly slipped twice going on the way up here. But we're in here regardless.
Yeah, if we would have waited an extra hour, maybe not.
It would have been clips. No.
It would have been close. It would have been a photo finish. But
it would have been a photo finish. We'd probably be getting the boot out of here. But luckily for us, we're going to try a new format today. We got about a 30-minute block. Usually we'd go for about an hour. We've gone for about 2 hours at times. But today we want to be really clear and concise on one issue that we're both passionate about.
That's right.
And see if we can do that and then grow from there. Honestly, if it's a 30-minute time frame, it doesn't have to be, what I'm trying to say is that there doesn't have to be a set frame of time.
No, yeah.
We're going to do this until we feel like we've explored every facet of the issue and we have nothing further to say. Because I feel like that's when the tangents come in. And the tangents aren't necessarily a bad thing, but we should be clear and concise.
Right.
As broadcasters.
Right, absolutely.
And I understand that the bread and butter of this podcast sometimes is that we just go on tangents and we say really stupid stuff. And that's...
we just, shoot it around, yeah.
Yeah, some of the most fun parts of this podcast. But for now, it couldn't hurt to try.
It's very relevant. We got to get it out. We want to talk about everything we can about it. And then we're going to get, back to the meat.
Get to it.
Yeah.
So expect on, what is this, Monday? Friday's episode, we'll have to see what happens with that. But I want to try it. I want to try this experiment.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Do you want to lead us in or should I lead us in?
I want you to lead us in, man.
All right, man. Well, we got the All-Star game coming up March 7th. The All-Star starters, captains, reserves have been announced. The format, they're going to have a halftime dunk contest, a pregame skills contest. So all the formatting has been announced. It's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. Nigel, a lot of players are unhappy with this, man. A lot of players. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. I see it both ways, right? In the sense that it's the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
You're hosting a gigantic, almost like, I don't want to say super spreader event, but an event where Corona can definitely run it back.
Yeah.
And feast.
Right.
If given the opportunity.
Right.
And obviously after this event, all the players have to disperse and go back to their respective cities, teams. So I understand the danger and the risk that comes at play with it.
Right.
But part of me as a fan, and we'll get into both sides too. I'm sure we will just, discover and talk over all sides of this argument. But the fan of me, man, I took a look, at the list of starters and guys that are going to be in this year's competition. And man, part of me, and especially because of the fact they brought back the Kobe format from last year, I think this could be a really good game, obviously, if the players can buy into it.
Right.
That's the main issue for me is if the players can buy into it. Because the players seem very pissed. LeBron, Giannis, De'Aaron Fox, Chris Paul, they've all voiced their concerns with having an event like this, obviously. And again, I can 100% understand that.
Right.
But something about this, Bradley Beal not getting snubbed this year.
Yeah.
Seeing him, Kevin Durant as a captain, Jaylen Brown in the man.
Well, it's a special cast of characters, definitely.
It's sort of like last year, but there's definitely all of these new faces. Yeah. There's a lot of guys that have been having career years. LeBron James, Joel Embiid.
Oh yeah, Joel Embiid's there. We're talking about Stephen Curry. We're talking about Luka Doncic. We're talking about Damian Lillard.
Who do you want to go to?
This is really an all-star game for the ages for a couple reasons. One of them being is just we have the old NBA and the new NBA really contrasting this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got the new guys, and they are stepped up to the plate already. And we got the old guys kind of on their way out, but they're ready to give off some performance. LeBron is getting older,
but he's having one of the best seasons.
Oh yeah, no, I could talk about LeBron for hours, which I have.
We already did on last year's
last
year's podcast. What was it? Friday? No, last Monday's.
Yeah, last Monday.
Last Monday's podcast.
But look at Luka Doncic having a career. He's already stepped up to the plate, and then we got LeBron. He's got a couple more left him in the tank. We got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're all getting older, so this is going to be a big one. We're going to be looking at highlight clips from this NBA game for a long time if it goes according to plan.
Do you think the players are going to buy into it? Because that's, as I said, my main fear. I don't know if they're going to be able – maybe with the competitive – I think when you talk about competitiveness, I think there is no way. Because remember with the bubble, it's sort of like a little bit of a janky comparison, but with the bubble, there were some guys that had voiced their complaints beforehand. LeBron was one of those guys that wasn't sure, and then the league was sort of kind of following suit, and then LeBron decided he wanted to play. So there was a little bit of static at first, but when it gets down to it, and when it did get down to it, those guys became competitive. We had that great final series with the Heat and the Lakers. Yeah. So I wonder if they get in there. And obviously there are reservations. I wonder if that's going to change when they actually get in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I know the nature of the beast with some of these All-Star games. Yeah. But this new format is bred to make competition, to spur competition. So I don't know. I'm conflicted.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely the players have to buy into it. This is a day for the fans to watch the players go at it.
Right.
But I think you have a point there. I think once they get, and the lights are on and everything's all pretty and all their friends are there together and everyone just wants to, play some basketball. I say LeBron's gonna get there. He's gonna be happy, and he's known for doing stuff like that. He's known for speaking ill on some kind of some kind of way that the NBA is handling something, and then when it comes down to it, he really comes down and he tries to shine his hardest because that's just the type of guy he is.
Right.
I wouldn't even. I would go so far as to even say LeBron tries to win All-Star MVP, just because the Kobe Bryant
could very
MVP,
well be.
That's just the type of guy he is. So yeah, and we're gonna get into more of the beefy why that it's a bad idea. What the player's perspective, but definitely from a fan. Me and you, I think we're both excited to see this All-Star game.
You're excited too, right?
Just the cast of people who are in it.
I don't really care about the halftime slam dunk contest. You can get that out of there. Even the skills competition, it's just extra funding, and that's one of the problems I have with this. Which we'll get into in a second, but I don't need those two events.
I've already voiced my concerns about the dunk contest. I'm a big anti-dunk contest guy.
Same.
I am excited for the 3-point shootout though. That is one thing I do like to watch, and that's always fun.
That's true.
Isn't the 3-point before the All-Star game?
Yeah, it's a skills game in the 3-point contest.
Before the game starts.
Yeah, before the game starts.
And then halftime is the dunk contest.
Halftime is the dunk contest.
I'm not a big dunk contest guy. I could go without it.
Yeah,
skills is whatever, but
I mean skills skills is fine because it's objective, right? There's not really a rating, so nobody can mess it up like they have with the dunk contest.
Yeah.
But the thing with the skills contest is, it doesn't really add anything for me. Like if someone loses a skills contest, I'm not going to be like, oh wow, like the other player's a lot more skillful, because it's a it's a time trial.
I've never watched a full skills.
It's just not. Personally for me, it's just not that interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need that. And my whole thing with honestly getting to the halftime dunk contest, why are you having a dunk contest at halftime? When all right. You have to take into consideration also the fact that the players might not be trying. I don't know. We have to see when their competitiveness comes in, because we saw it last year at the end of the game was when it really started to heat up. But I still feel like if you're playing an entire game, regardless of the level of competition in the beginning, why are you having an extra nonsensical almost... It feels like, like an AAU game, and it's halftime, or they're, like teams are switching courts, and you see those kids that are like 13... and they already have deeper voices than both of us. They're 6'6", and they're windmilling, and it's on overtime now.
Yeah.
It gives me that type of vibe. It's like, why does that need to happen?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
It's in the middle of a competition. Just have the competition.
Yeah.
I can't understand why that's in there.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Go all the way through. What I did with that. One thing I will miss. And I could sit here and talk about the freaking dunk contest all day. I really just don't like the even on a normal All-Star game day.
Right,
If it was a normal weekend, I wouldn't like the All-Star game. But you know what I will miss is actually the Rising Stars games. I do enjoy watching the Rising Star games.
Yeah, well, I'm going to miss that as well.
They're almost just a little bit more competitive than the actual All-Star game.
In past years, yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You got some kids that are trying to show out, and trying to show off their skills. I think it's a lot of good moments to come from the Rising Star game. Don't get me wrong.
100%.
Dunk contest too, but like that classic Kyrie clip. The last time something
dropped Brandon Knight.
Bro, there's only been 2 good dunk contests since I've been alive, since I've been walking on this freaking planet.
I think I know which ones.
It was
Aaron
Gordon and Vince Carter. Those were the only 2 good performances since I've been born.
What about when Blake Griffin jumped over the Kia?
Yeah, again,
that was pretty good.
It was iconic but forgettable.
Okay, fair enough.
He was.
Well, that's a whatchamacallit.
Oxymoron.
Oxymoron, iconic but forgettable. But that one moment was iconic out of the entire contest.
Yeah,
was
but I couldn't
forgettable.
even tell you what I couldn't even tell you what year that was.
I think it was 2000.
What, 2009?
2008.
2008,
2008?
2009?
Yeah. To your point, I'm struggling to remember what year that
Yeah,
was.
no, but 2016, Aaron Gordon, what was Vince Carter, like 97, 98, 2001, 2001?
What do you think, Vince Carter's like 90? He's like 112 right now. He's been in the league.
He's been in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe not 97, 98. Wait, hold on.
He's definitely not 98 years old, because if he were doing what he was doing at 98 years old, that'd be pretty crazy.
What year was it?
Oh, I was like, I thought that was a bit.
No, it wasn't. Wait, I'm gonna look it up. 2000. It was the year 2000.
2000. Okay.
So I was, I knew it was in that area. 97.
I wasn't even born.
2000. I was born.
Well,
Barely.
I wasn't born. It depends on what date it was at, because I was born August 11th.
March.
Yeah, so I wasn't
You were born.
Yeah,
Oh,
No, I wasn't born
You
yet.
weren't born. I was born.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, by and large, man, it's just it's a nonsensical event. I personally, I don't watch. I didn't even watch. I just saw clips from, that battle that Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon had. I watched clips. I didn't watch the full dunk contest.
That might have been the best dunk contest of all time. The 2016 one.
I don't know, man. There's not a lot of draw to it. There's not a lot of pull. I mean, I guess in past years there was, but especially now, it's like I care more about the All-Star game and the Rising Stars game. Those are the two main events I'm going to watch on a weekend, or if they want to collapse it into one day, one night. Those are the two events I'd watch if they didn't pull the Rising Stars game out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, just the All-Star game is just made up. It's just people making up scores. Let's make up numbers and apply them. You know what I'm saying? They're not real numbers. They're there to. Whatever.
It's subjective.
It's very subjective, and because of that, it doesn't work. And that's and there's only so many. I mean, look, say what you want about the 3-point contest. It may be a little bit boring for some people, but like it's tangible. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's a bit of excitement with that. Not to cut you off.
No, you're not cutting me off. No, absolutely. But I feel like the dunk contest is definitely more like you get kind of hyped. You don't know what the guy's gonna pull out of his bag. But at the same time, it's like how many dunks are there that you can actually practice, perfect, and perform?
Well, especially with, like I said, those AAU clips now.
It's
because there's some random 8th grader in Nebraska right now.
Yeah.
And he does a behind the back 360 windmill dunk in just some random gym, and now it's on the internet. So that can't help either.
We've seen every dunk. We've seen every single dunk. Now, especially with social media, there's nothing that they could do during the All-Star game that could impress me.
You got to jump over a shark. Like a shark in a pool.
It's just the same dunk. You're just putting something under you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Blake Griffin's thing. Like, that dunk wasn't very impressive. It was impressive because
he jumped over the hood of a Kia. Yeah.
Because they squeezed a car into the freaking stadium. That's why we remember it, because we were like, remember that time they fucking drove a car into the stadium so Blake Griffin could jump over it?
That's crazy.
The dunk itself was just a normal tomahawk.
Yeah.
You know?
But you wouldn't get hyped at a tomahawk dunk over a shark?
No, I probably would.
Yeah, that'd be pretty hype. But anyway, not to get off. All right, no tangents.
No tangents.
We're so bad at this. Okay. Stay on focus.
What if it was like the freaking Coliseum, and they just like flooded the arena
with water?
And then like sharks came out, and then they just had Blake Griffin.
From where though?
Like,
you just swim up,
putting sharks on posters. He has like one in a chokehold. He's just like dunking.
Yo, Blake Griffin comes up for the dunk. The shark goes up, and he's just like, take it. You know,
he has like his nuts in its face.
He puts it like Paul Gasol. Yo, that would be hype for sure.
Yeah, I'd go crazy. I'd go fucking crazy, man.
And Dwayne Wade would give it a 49.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade would be like, nah.
He'd give it a 30.
Nah, get that shit out of here.
Oh my God, man. Blake Griffin putting a shark on a poster. That's got to be a shirt.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Well, we have our thumbnail for today.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. That's going to be a lot of work. Wow. Okay. Yeah, but, short of that, we've seen everything.
On a serious note, we've seen everything there is to see.
If the NBA wants to try to bring in a great white shark flood the arena, maybe a couple of them, you know.
And that's the problem.
One of them holds the ball.
We just discovered the problem with the dunk contest because if they flooded the arena and put a great white shark in there this year,
that ups the bar.
The next year, they'd have to put 2 great white sharks.
Yeah, man.
And that's the problem with the dunk contest.
It's not really a contest with a lot of longevity.
It's not. It's just, all right, one more iconic dunk from the dunk contest, Jordan's. The free throw line dunk.
Yeah.
But that's also, if you think about it.
Zach LaVine did that same thing.
Yeah, and he windmilled it. That's not.
The bar is being raised. Different stuff is being put in kids' food now, and they're superhumans.
Yeah, it was iconic because Jordan did it, and Jordan's cool as hell. But I can name 3 other people who've done the same dunk, maybe even better.
Yeah.
Zion can dunk from the free throw line. He's like 19. No, he's like 20 now.
What I'm saying? Yeah. You know what? And then you're right with the formatting with contests like the 3-point contest, you have different guys you could slot in there, so it never becomes, you never have to up the bar. You could just introduce more independent variables into the dependent variable.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it never gets boring, never gets old. Skill point or the skills contest, right? If you're a fan of that, you can introduce new guys into it. The All-Star game, the Rising Stars game.
Yeah. No,
we're on to something, Nige.
I've been saying that I should be an All-Star game planner for a couple of years now. But me and you've listed our grievances about the All-Star game, and like
many a time.
And we'll get over to the players thing. We'll get over to the players side of it too. Like they're looking at this thing like, I don't want to, like, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, no. No. Well, just simply for the safety concerns alone. Yeah. LeBron said, I have no energy to spare. I have no time to spare. I don't want to be in a situation when I'm in that All-Star game environment. I have a season to play.
Yeah.
I have a Western Conference that's hungry, that's full of sharks, not to make a callback.
Yeah.
And they're coming for my neck, and I can't, I'm not.
Because Blake Griffin's not there anymore.
He's not there anymore. The shark got put on a poster, and now he's angry.
And Blake Griffin left.
Blake Griffin left after that. He left to go.
Now he's in, like, Detroit.
Yeah, he's in Detroit. Oh. We'll soon not to be in Detroit, too. Yeah, we got to talk about that on Friday's podcast.
We'll get there.
But, I think the main reason that a lot of players are showing apprehension is because it's a packed season. It seems like also kind of just a cash grab because I checked out the NBA's revenue losses last year. They lost $10 billion.
Yeah.
$10 billion, Nigel, because of the loss of Gate.
Yeah.
And the loss of I think it was like $400 million in advertising.
Yeah.
So they're down bad. You know the Down Bad Patrol Instagram account?
I do follow them.
They should put the NBA's revenue losses on there because the NBA. So this feels like, and especially cramming the halftime dunk contest by AT&T, sponsored by the way. It just all seems like a money grab. It seems like a cash grab.
It 100% is.
It seems like and to put it almost feels like the NBA, which I almost thought last year that the NBA really, and I still think they do, and I'm not trying to paint the NBA to be out to be this evil organization that doesn't care about the players.
So that's very far from the truth.
But it almost feels like in this situation, it's a far cry from last year. It seems like the NBA is saying we really need this money, so instead of just having no All-Star break and giving the players a while to relax, be with their family, we're just gonna we're gonna cram them in here. We're gonna make them play an event where there's a risk of getting COVID, even though usually over the course of the season we make guys use masks when they're sitting together on a bench. We're just gonna get all these guys together in one big arena and risk potentially having an outbreak just so we can get it quick. That's what it seems like. That's the optic to me. I agree with a lot of NBA media pundits in that sense.
Yeah.
And I agree with LeBron, and I agree with all the guys, man.
No, I'm there. I could see it. And you know what? The NBA took some losses. I'm sure they're fine, realistically, at the end of the day. Money-wise, I'm sure they're not struggling. But they took a lot of losses, and that's bad for business. Like, just straight up.
Yeah.
If you are a business, you have to be making money. And if that's the point of the All-Star game this year is, just to have something just to make up for some of it, then yeah, from the player's point of view, you can't really do that. But also you got to remember that LeBron, he makes his money because people like to watch him play basketball.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, and people voted for it. People want to see him play in the All-Star game. He should, he has to go play for, that's what he does for a living. That's his job.
Well, you could always track it back to the league for having the All-Star game in the first place. Who do you think opened up the voting polls? You know what I'm saying? They opened up the voting polls before they even knew that it was going to be a definite event.
Well, yeah. Well, because they were going to award because All-Star is an award that you track. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, but I'm just saying it's like
statistics.
You can't. Yeah, like of course people are gonna want to tune in to watch LeBron because he's an athletic freak. He's one of the generation-defining players that we have in the NBA right now. But if you really want to watch him that bad, and you want to see LeBron when I feel like he'd be more competitive in a day-by-day Laker game than he would, than potentially he would in the All-Star game. Because again, I know that when LeBron gets places, he turns on his competitiveness because he's a dog. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I think you could. What's to stop someone from just tuning into a Laker game to watch LeBron? You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
That makes sense, but I don't think they're watching it. I don't think you watch LeBron in the All-Star game because you want to see him be competitive. I think you watch LeBron in the All-Star game because it's LeBron in the All-Star game. It's like, those are people. There's clips from the All-Star game of LeBron going back to 2003 that people still post up on Instagram. You could say, "Oh, I remember
LeBron game."
I watched some of those old highlights, and I'm like, I remember this happening. There's LeBron and Kobe at the All-Star game. Here's Kobe versus Jordan at the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? I watched them in real life, and it connect. The people just want to see LeBron play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying there's other ways you could go about that.
No, absolutely. But in All-Star, it only happens once a year. It's a special event. You know what I'm saying? We don't get an All-Star game every day. We do get a Lakers game almost every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
It is also a chance for the players to kind of culminate, and you get to see those dream teams that you never thought you'd be able to see.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And you know what? I could see it from both the players and the fans' perspectives. I don't know how I feel about it. I would listen if they said that there was going to be no official All-Star game, but like if you were voted an All-Star, you still get that on your name, as something to retire with. I wouldn't be totally opposed to that. I'd be kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just completely nix the game?
Just get rid of the game, get rid of the whole weekend. No one meets, but, LeBron still gets his All-Star title for the year. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle still gets his All-Star title for the year. You know?
I mean, yeah,
I wouldn't be totally opposed to that.
I think there has to be some sort of event, though. Without getting off on too much of a tangent, I think there'd still have to be some sort of event. Like, I don't completely hate that idea.
Yeah.
But then I feel like you'd put something in lieu of that. Like, we've talked about this on past podcasts.
Yeah.
Where you maybe have... I mean, an All-Star game is the best format for that, but I think there's other avenues that you could potentially explore.
Like what?
What did we talk about last time? It was a one-on-one or like a cycling event. Not a cycling event in terms of biking, but a cyclical event where the top guys from each conference go up against each other. It could be something like that. It could be something fun.
What, like in person?
What do you mean in person? Of course in person.
But then you still have the same COVID problem. You still have the same problem.
Oh, you're talking about in just the terms of this year. I thought you meant in terms of like in terms of in total all years, just nixing the entire All-Star game.
No, I want to keep the All-Star game. I'm just talking about for this year.
Oh, well, yeah, no.
No,
and then I agree with you. I thought it was like
All-Star game.
Yeah, okay.
For the rest of time.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'm arguing two different arguments there.
No, definitely not.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. It's like all right. Well, I mean,
I'd be so down for like a King of the Court event.
That's what I'm saying.
In general, though, but like let's get back to this because when I say that I wouldn't mind if they got rid of the All-Star game. I just mean this year, not
right.
Throughout the future. I think All-Star weekend's very important to just tradition, if anything else. But for this year, I wouldn't be upset if they gave everyone their All-Star award and then, just focus, have a good weekend off.
It's such I get it. Like there's reputation there. There's a tradition there. But I completely agree with you, Nigel. What about the past year and change has been normal, right?
No, nothing.
In basketball, outside of basketball.
Nothing.
You're going to need to change some things up,
No.
Like, I'd almost rather see, this goes back to what I said at the beginning, and I've said it a couple times now, so I apologize. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But I'm actually really, really interested, and I'm almost a little bit apprehensive and nervous to see how the players react to this and how much they buy into the event itself. I'd almost rather see, like you said, just skip for this year, give the players their titles, give them some time off. That could even lend itself to the quality of basketball after the fact. They get a couple weeks off, maybe a week. You just give them some time to relax. I might rather want to see that than, and then that also that goes to what I was saying as well. Would you rather see a half-inspired LeBron in a game that doesn't really have any meaning, besides to obviously donate to charity and to be in honor of Kobe,
right.
Rest easy? Or would you rather see LeBron with 2 weeks off
and come back a monster?
and continue this crazy season he's having. So I completely agree with you, Nigel. If that's the point you were making.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be upset if they just ditched it.
But I also I do kind of want to see Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle in there.
Yeah,
Zion,
I want to see some. I want to see some Donovan Mitchell. And you know what it really comes down to, and I think people kind of don't bring this up enough, is the fact that LeBron, like, he's just been so dominant for so long. He's pretty much the face of the NBA. I don't think there's many people that could argue with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's kind of the leader.
Right.
A lot of players look to him for guidance and direction.
I remember that happened in the bubble.
Yeah, even Giannis even came out and he said, "Hey, this is how LeBron feels. I gotta support him.
I gotta follow him." Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's how a lot of players feel, whether they say it or not. And if LeBron is not if LeBron was, you know, it all. I feel like a lot of the players' attitudes towards these events just depend on what LeBron says, what he thinks, where he's going. You know what I'm saying? He says he doesn't really want to play it. So Giannis says he doesn't really want to play it. And then you get all the others following around Jason Tatum.
Right.
Luka Doncic.
It trickles down.
It trickles down, you know. I don't know about those Nets boys. Those Nets boys are bad boys. Anyway, off topic.
Bad boys.
All three of them are in the All-Star game.
Bad boys for life.
With the last time 3 people from the same team were in the All-Star game was like the Warriors.
It's crazy, man. It's a weird NBA season we're having overall.
What a time, though.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be an NBA fan. I'm definitely excited for the game. I just, like I said, I guess if we're done exploring this issue.
Yeah, no.
We could. I just hope that it's going to be a fun, competitive event to watch. We're going to get the same dog mentality from the guys that we had last year with some new faces in there.
Yeah.
Because Jaylen Brown's been going crazy this season.
Yeah,
him and Jason Tatum have quietly become one of the best duos in the NBA to watch.
Okay. Name your top 3 to win All-Star Game MVP.
Kawhi won it last year. I think LeBron. I want to say Kyrie could be up there with the way that he's been playing because I know Kyrie has a lot of flash to his game. This is a tough one, man.
Don't sleep my boy Bradley.
Bradley. That's
excited,
a good
man.
point. That's a good point. Can I do 4?
Do 5.
Do 5? All right.
You know what? Fuck it. Do 6.
Not 5. We're gonna keep it at 5, just in the interest of 5. Wildin', bro. LeBron. Who did I have as my second? I completely forgot.
You said Kyrie.
Kyrie, Beal.
Yeah.
Joel.
Okay.
And then, for my final pick, Steph Curry.
Wow, Steph.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about Steph really.
Completely off the dome.
I honestly don't think Steph is super excited for this game. I don't think he's really gonna. I don't see any reason.
I guess barring results.
Yeah.
But LeBron, you could make the same argument with LeBron too. You know.
That's true, but I mean, yeah. All right. Well, for me, it'd probably be LeBron, Kyrie. You got to always count them in. They love going out. You know, especially with the Kobe thing. I'm gonna put Bradley in there just because I feel like he's gonna go there and he's just gonna feel like, and I could be completely wrong.
And I took it personally.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be in there like, all right, now I'll show you an All-Star game.
You piss me off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna air this place out.
I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if I saw Jason Tatum make a push for it.
Could very well be.
Could very well be. And then my last go, I gotta say Damian. He's just been.
Yeah, that's true. Damian's another really good dark horse pick.
I feel like Damian's
not even dark horse.
He's just so slept on.
He's so slept on.
And he gets a lot of credit. And I still think he's slept on. He's so good.
Get a caramel macchiato from Starbucks and stop sleeping on that man. Get a mocha glass cup and stop sleeping on Damian Lillard, man.
Yeah, wake up.
Come on, man.
Open your eyes.
Wake up, bro.
Wake up.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. That's been the podcast for today. Stay tuned after the show. You can go. Probably it'll be the next video uploaded. We will have an after the pod thoughts segment where we delve into a topic that we also wanted to talk about. So be on the lookout for that, and we will see you guys for 40.
See you guys for 40.
Peace.